Okay, this is part 2 of the interview with Dave Martinez, Jr., and he's got such a good memory. Our memory card is running out, so we'll see how far we get. And where did we leave off? We were talking about...
We were picking pickles, and you asked me what it entailed. And I told you just straddle the row, and you can either get on your knees and fill the buckets, or bend over and do that, and then you would take them to where the person was counting them. You would empty them into a bag, gunny sack.
So where did they go from that? I mean, I know they sorted them and you got paid.
No, what they do after that, then he would. My dad. That's what his main job was, to take the pickles to the dock, pickle dock.
And where was that in '67?
They had one in Loveland and one in Barnesville over here, Gill. They had that was big time. They had 2 or 3, and even Greeley had different kinds, and the different farmers took it to different places, and we were taking ours to Loveland. So it used to be on the east side, close to that Great Western, right where Walmart is now. That's where they had it then.
The Great Western plant.
And what we do is then he would take me from picking. I'd go help him load, and we had 2 guys on both, 2 guys on one side, 2 on the other, and then 2 up on top. And he would just load them, throw them on there, and then they would stack them up to get a full flatbed. And then he would take them to the pickle dock, and there's where they sort them.
Okay, and they're sorted. That's what I meant. But they're sorted and paid by sizes. Or
yes. The smaller ones were the number 1s, and then bigger number 2s, and all the way up to the top. And you wouldn't go. They wouldn't go more than the number 3s. Because the big ones, they just don't bring much cost. So the small ones, so my dad would always picking every week and a half. We'd go back and pick some more because they were just the right size.
Oh, so that's how often it took them to grow back. Now, I remember there was a field right behind what's now Alpine Loft Apartments on 7th Street. It's Governor's Farm.
That was us.
Because we used to have grow pickles there.
Yes. We picked them there. That was our family.
That was you.
Yes.
I went out one time thinking I could do this and help. It was such hard work.
We had 2 other high school kids go there. I remember Terry went out, Terry Walker, and tried it. He didn't last half a day.
Yeah.
Jeff Mannion, I don't know if you remember him. They went over there because they wanted money. And so my dad said, well, come and pick, and I'll pay you at the end of the day. And they didn't last very oh, this is too hard. So we're going to go sell pop bottles, they said. So they went.
Where'd they get their pop bottles? Just collect.
Well, just go around and find. Back then that their pop bottles were pretty much everywhere and stuff. But it was. It's good. And then, like I said, we picked up the pickles until middle of September or the first frost.
Okay.
And then that's when I would start school. I wouldn't start school early or anything, like the other guys. Coach Kaler would go, "Hey, you come up for football?" I go, "No, man, I'm working." And same some of the other farmers too. They had to harvest the corn, and a lot of them didn't go. They had to go and help their dads and stuff, And then that's what they used to. Everybody used to help out, and it was just a time for harvest, and that's what the whole community was. It's just corn, pickles, and and it was kind of just agriculture, and until now. Here lately, though, it just exploded on us, and people come from all over, and I've just seen it. I just can't believe how many people there is here. One thing about Windsor, though, Main Street hasn't changed much. A few businesses, but how the stores look and stuff, pretty much the same. They back in the there when we came, it was just two grocery stores. It was Tom and Pat's, Maury Tom and Pat's, and Sam Sharman S&H was there, and that's where that little memory
Lane is.
That's where that store was there.
S&H. Where was Tom's and Pat's?
They're over here by where the on the south side. Where that's close to the Commerce City, the Commerce thing.
Chamber of Commerce.
Right next to that.
Oh, cool.
We used to go there, and those were the only 2 stores. And then there was little, like the creamery type, but those are the stores that everybody would go shopping with and stuff.
Did you go to the movie theaters at all?
Yes, right there on Main Street there on 5th. Fifth and Main there in the corner, Caddy Corner. Or now it's they got the zone. That was a gas station standard. The Standard Award. I forget his last name, but owned it, and he had that's the gas station. Right beside it was a movie theater.
Okay, where that open park is now.
Yeah, they opened that on the weekends. And we go watch Frankie Avalon, Beach Bingo, and all that, you know. And they would, and on Sundays they would have Spanish movies.
Okay.
So all the lot of the Spanish people that were around here would go and check it and go see the movies and stuff on there and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, that was there. And then right beside there was one of the 3-2 places that we had. It was a Cozy Inn.
The Cozy, 3-2 beer.
3-2, yeah. That's all you could back then. That's all you could get, unless you went to the liquor stores. And there was a few in Greeley. They had the Duke of Windsor was right beside that. Bruner, the plumbing guy, was there. Yeah, he was busy back then, just doing his thing, you know, plumbing and electrical and stuff. And the other bars they had was the Why Not.
Oh, yeah.
That's where forever
Eric
everybody
Ehrlich was telling me about that on 4th Street.
Yeah,
So.
and then right close to where the Chamber of Commerce is, they had a pool hall.
Oh, Dr. Cadlup's old office.
Well,
And the
yeah,
Spokes.
right beside Cadlup's office.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the pool hall, and that's where all the old timers, Hurricane Raiders, and all the old guys would go play pinochle. And then they had pool tables, and we'd go there and spend some time in playing that. And like I said, right beside there was Catalub, and then right in the corner where the Cancun is, that was Leisure's the drugstore. They had the best ice cream, banana splits. We used to go there. It was great. In the corner there where that ice cream place is now, Rick and Betty Meese, remember them?
Oh, yeah.
They opened the first bakery.
Yeah.
They had the first bakery, and I remember we used to go in the morning, apple fritters, and all they had good. Then they eventually merged and turned it into, besides that, they turned it into a pizza place. And then that's where we used to go after the ball games and stuff. Everybody would go hang out there and buy a pizza or buy some Long Johns or whatever, you know.
Yeah, you could get both.
Yeah.
Good bakery, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Rick Meese's dad? Was
Yes.
it Floyd?
Yes.
Floyd.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Floyd. Later they moved over to over there where Safeway was at, and they did the firehouse.
Not Safeway, but 24-hour fitness. But yeah.
Yeah, besides
Kind
there.
of by the coffee house 29.
Yeah, but well, the Roma's.
Roma's Pizza.
Roma's and that was the firehouse, because that one there was Steele's there back there on that
Yeah, and
stuff.
Steffen's before that. So you remember a lot.
Steffen,
So yeah.
Okay.
So what were your houses like here in Windsor?
That's just one thing I could say that was nice. In Texas over there, they didn't have no housing rules or anything like that. They just put you in a shack, whatever it was. That's what you were in until you finished picking, and then you were gone. I mean, I remember we woke up and you could see the stars. It was just bad. It was just bad, and it was hot, and it was inhuman. But that's the one thing we had to. That's why we learned hard. In the water, it tasted so bad. It was just. It was hard water.
Was what city were you close to, or town? Amarillo or where?
No. This is down south.
Down south.
Amarillo, it's pretty naked there. It's not. They're mostly dry land and oil. This is down by Corpus Christi,
Okay.
Victoria, Padre Islands, all through there. They got tons of cotton that grows big time over there.
Okay.
And that's where we used to go. And it was 100 degrees, 80% humidity, and there you had to bend over, get the sack, and pick that. And I mean, until you got it filled, 70, 80 pounds. Put it on your shoulder and walk over to where the scale was, hang it. And then you take up the trailer, empty it, and go back to the road all day long.
Wow.
It was. Oh.
Did you do that as a kid?
Yes.
Because how old? You were like 5th grade.
No,
or
I was
fourth-
no. Yeah, I was.
Third, fourth?
12, 13 years old,
Okay.
and it was just. And then my dad would we'd work till noon, and then he says, "Okay, let's take 2 hours off, and then just to rest." And then at 2:00, the Gulf streams, they would come. That's when the siesta
air.
came in. It would cool off enough to about 90, and then that would get. And we'd work till sundown.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's what a siesta, kind of the word siesta. Let's take a siesta. That was where it came in. You waited to for the Gulf streams to come in, and they would cool off just a little bit, but it was so hot and miserable. And then so that's what I'm saying. When my dad said we're going to go to Colorado, and I remember reading that in geography about the Rocky Mountains and all that. And I go, God, one of these days. And man, everything came through. You know, we came over here, and it was good. And then one thing that was bad over there is the people were real racial. Oh, we were a lot of the guys we worked for were Klan.
In Texas?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and you could see that they had their ropes inside their barns hanging and stuff. And I said, and we didn't know much. We were just young, and I saw they're choir. They're for choir. Later, when we learned about what that was, wow, they had the red ones, the purple, yeah, and people, just the way they treated you. I mean, you go into a store, they follow you, and you know, and it was just that way. And when we came to Colorado, it's completely different. Mm-hmm. They said, "Hey, how you doing?" and sit down and stuff. I go, look at these people here are different. And I mean, they were nice.
Oh.
It wasn't, you know, you could see a little bit, but not to the extent like over there.
Yeah.
That's one thing I got to see is over there. You went into a restaurant, you sat in the back. You went on the bus, sat in the back. And if there was somebody in line, forget it. And then that town in Ballinger, where I was born, Ballinger, Texas. It's right in the middle of Texas. There, it's ugly, just mesquites and stuff and cattle. They still got the two drinking fountains as a history memorial, and on the courthouse, black and the white.
Wow.
And that's still there.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
they gotta go, man. And same with the cemeteries. All the whites and stuff back then. I'm not being racial, but it was on the east side, beautiful, just like they are here, you know, landscaped and stuff, and trees and stuff. On the east side was the Mexicans. You couldn't even, I mean, it was just weeds and stuff, and at the end, they were burying people on top of it because they didn't never kept up. They just throw them in there, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Now I guess they've got better. I haven't been there for quite a while.
So where are your parents buried?
Here
Here in Windsor.
at the Sunset.
Okay.
They're both together, right close by.
Yeah.
And I one thing I did when we came here, I saw how hard they worked, and I told them, just like the guy from La Bamba told them, I said, "Mom, Dad, one of these days I'm gonna get you guys a house." And then so we started working, and then Kodak. I mean, I started high school, and then I was getting close to being a junior, and then Kodak started their apprentice program, co-op program.
Yes.
And I hooked onto that, and then I went up working there as an apprentice, became an electrician, 4 years, and then so I started making money, so I applied for a FHA loan, and I bought my first bi-level house over here on the west of town for $27,000.
Oh, were they the Wheeler houses that were built right when Kodak came
Yes.
in? For $2,700. What was the street address of it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's on a Locust 27. It's still there, but they've added to it, and it's before you get to 12th Street there.
11th Street. Okay,
You got
yeah,
that
I
there?
know. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes that current there.
Locust
Anyway, I
curves
bought that
around
for
and
that, and then you know, and I told my mom and dad, "Go, there you go, move in." And so I stayed there. I stayed with them for quite a while, and then finally I was going to get married, and I moved out, and I said, "This is yours," and here, there you go. And so that kept, you know, and from then on, I just kind of, I did well at Kodak. I mean, I made a lot of money, and they treated us good, but we worked a lot of hours, and you know, and I'm glad I stuck with it because you know, that apprentice program was great. After the 4 years, you graduated, you had your trade, you could work there or go somewhere else. And back then you make good, decent money.
Yeah.
I worked there 33 years.
33 years. Yeah. And what you said that you were a little bit behind your friends in school because you took time off.
Well,
to work.
yeah. Well, I didn't start there until. I didn't go to school right away when I was 6 years old.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 8, almost 9.
Yeah. That's
And then, like I said,
Never
when they finally, my dad said, "Well, sugar factory, and we got food stamps and stuff. He says, if you want to go, he says, you can go to work or you can go work with me in the sugar factory. And then I thought about it, and then my brother and sister were already going to school, and I said, well, he says, up to you, whatever you want to do. He said, but if you're going to live here, you have to work. I go, no, that's no problem. I will. I'll help you. So then I said, nah, I think I'm going to go to school. And that was the best thing I ever did. So went to started 6th grade and went all the way through there and stuff. And it was pretty good. But we worked in the summer. We worked, as soon as the school was out, we'd go out there in the fields until finally, like I said, Kodak came in '69, and that kind of, a lot of the farmers, Auctioner and Buxman and those guys, they all went over there and became foremans and lead persons and stuff over there. Now I even worked for some of them and stuff. Yeah. So Kodak kind of saved. Howard Smith was the main guy. They built his house up there by Severance. The
one where Journey Homes owner lives now on
Harmony
and Hollister Road, I think it is.
Yes,
right?
it is. Yeah. And
it's
so
the Auctioner farm.
Exactly. Yeah, Dick Auctioner.
Dick Auctioner sold off the hill.
Yeah, he was there too. He double dipped. He was doing farming, and also he was working over there and working what do you call it I forget what department it was, but he was over there. All those guys remember and stuff. And back then it was a lot of fun. People were so for a small town real together. Softball was a big thing.
You were very athletic. I mean, probably still are.
I try to be, but I still go in. Remember Terry Walker started for the town back in that time. And he met this young guy that came from Lions, John Wallow. I don't know if you know him, but he started softball in Windsor. Yeah. Back in those days.
Department, yeah.
Yeah, the rec department.
I worked for him.
I called him a burnout. I forget Peter Sellers, because he had the little mustache and he had the little hat. He was so funny. But then anyway, hey Chinaman, how you doing? He was just and he created, and then all the field started going, but he's the one that started everything, and then back then we didn't have much. Baseball was let's see, who was it? Icorn. There was a competitive team. They played fast pitch back then. That was big time. Kaler was good. Oh, Kaler was an animal. He was.
Arlen Kaler?
Yes.
Arlen, yeah, okay.
Oh, he hit the ball.
Principal,
Big Papa. Papa was his nickname. But Kaler, Buxman, Knobs.
Tommy Buxman.
Yeah, Knob, Randy, those guys, they played on that fast-paced team and stuff, and all that. Hergen Raiders, a lot of the old guys, they were good athletes, but they played other teams from all over.
And it was at the cemetery field.
Yeah, cemetery. That was the only field we had. And then the first hardball team in Windsor, and we did quite well, was Terry's dad, the Gambles, sponsored us. And we had Myers, Wayne Myers, the coach, and remember Roger Young? Yeah, he did a lot of the commentating back then. He used to do the games. People would come on Sunday afternoons, and we'd play pitcher. That's when I started. I was a pitcher for them. And everybody's, hey, for a little guy, man, you throw that ball, and stuff. And that's where everything started, And then in high school, I was good in track and stuff, wrestling, and stuff. And I was the first freshman ever to go to track, to state in track.
Okay, what event?
I went in the let's see, 880 relay, the mile relay, and in the 440.
Oh, you had endurance. All that work your dad had to do gave you great endurance.
Oh man, he was kind of cool because Taylor came into our Harson, Mr. Harson. He was a coach with Dudley, and he says, "Hey, Dave," he says, "You going off for wrestling?" He says, "Yeah, I'll see you there." Oh man, you're the only freshman here. Everybody else that was going to stay were all seniors, and I was the only freshman.
And for wrestling too.
And wrestling. My son was the first. Steve, he was the first freshman ever to go to state as a freshman in wrestling. Okay. So he did, but now they got some real good Serranos and all those guys and stuff. But back then it was good. We're AA, we're a small school and stuff. I see some of the old players and old guys says, "Hey man, Martinez, right?" And so you still see from Valley, Roosevelt, all
That was our league. We were the
Welco.
League.
Yes.
Well County.
Yeah,
Welco
yeah,
League.
and then we had Welco and then Fort Lupton and Kersey and Eaton and stuff,
So what of your 9 siblings? Which number were you?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest, so you set the bar high for them, huh?
Well, not so much. We were all hard workers, and my dad I'm 71. My other brother was 70. Down the line, the first 6 were right next one year after the other, and then he took a break in there somehow, and then one of my brothers died. So then after that, we had 3 more sisters.
Okay.
So we went up having 9, and then the family and stuff.
The family. So
Yeah, and but I was the oldest, so I had to kind of and keep things going. And my dad would, "Hey, take care of him. Here we go," and I knew he was a man of his word, so he would scold us and stuff, and and if he didn't do a good job or anything, and one thing he did show us how to work hard and do a good job. And that's what it stays with you. It's like anything else you do.
You did. So, did you have a church in town that you could go to?
Yes, we did. The Catholic church. It was on Walnut, that white one there in the corner now. I forget what it
On
is.
2nd and Walnut?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We went to that one there.
It used to be downtown above the Pikes dry cleaning.
Before then, yes.
Where Memory Lane is and a couple other storefronts.
Yeah, but when we started going, that's when that was there.
That was there.
And Catholic church, and we met the other families and stuff. And like I said, back then there weren't too many Hispanic families here, just a few. Jaramillos and Lunas, Apodaca's, and then we came along, and then now it's just, but there were just a few, and stuff, and a lot of them worked with us. They worked in the fields with us and stuff.
I remember that you used to live in a house it's not there. It was on the corner of 7th and Oak under those big white poplar trees.
Yeah.
And it was the farmhouse, and it was on the northwest corner of 7th and Oak.
Yes.
So
now it's on First Street.
that house they moved it, huh?
Yes.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, there's a big. I used to sleep in the front, which was the what do you call it? The porch. Yeah, and we used to but there was that's farm there. You remember that farm? Yes.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And the irrigation that would go down there, and we'd have to check the ditches. And so, where on First Street is it?
Right there by the tracks, just the
Okay.
second house over, you'll see it right there. It's got
Okay.
It's got the thing. It's the old-fashioned type, German type.
Yeah.
How they build them, the houses and stuff.
But it had those beautiful white silver poplar trees,
Yes.
and they're still there. So.
Yeah. So and then like the lake and all that stuff there, man. And we'd go on Sundays or the weekends and go over there, and the lake was. It's still all dirt, and it was bad because it smelled so bad from all the duck and stuff and all that. So, but they had the swimming pool over there, and we'd go there and listen to.
People forget that too, right in the land, in the ground between.
Yeah, now there's the museum and that big grass thing there, but it's come a long ways, and all the stuff that's. It's beautiful now. They have concerts and stuff. It's really
nice.
When I walk around, I walk proud, man. People ask me there. He says, "You from?" Yeah, and then I tell them, I go, "This used to be," and I told them this dirt, and then people got together that time when they started sodding it. We all helped out for the community.
I helped lay some of that sod too. That was cool. That was somebody's idea to help sod that and sit at the concert. So
and let's see. So like I said, it's been a good year, 57 years. That's how long I've been here, and we never. I mean, I went back to visit Texas. There's nothing like this. This is so much different, and people are just better in it. And there's more work, and just that the whole thing is just so much easier to live here, and opportunities. What's here? It's a lot that you can get, and you can go as far as you want. Here is if you got to make the best out of yourself, and don't just say, "Well, I can't do this." Hell, there's nothing you can't do if you try.
Wow, Dave, it has been my greatest honor to hear your stories and to talk with you. And I hope all the people that listen to this will really understand that what a wonderful contribution you and your whole family made to Windsor, and going forward in the future. I hope.
Well,
people
yeah,
will
I
be
hope.
like
I
that.
want to say, like I said, that's why I try to stay healthy. I do a little part-time jogging, my memory jogging, and also I ride my bike, keep me going. And I check, with the doctor, and he said, "Hey, keep it going, bud."
Keep it going.
Some of the other guys that I work with over there, they're in their 20s. Says, "How do you do it, bud?" Because I'm over there working, and I'm always smiling and stuff. Hey, man, you get up in the morning and say, "Thank you, Lord, for another day," and you take things with a positive attitude. Don't get, people get mad, get up, I gotta go to work. No, man, just stay positive and make the best out of it, and things go much smoother.
There's a truth to that.
Yeah.
I want to show the pictures real quick of your family. I'm gonna see if I can get these in here.
Yeah, I can-
Hold it. You got it right there. Perfect. So in the newspaper article, who do we see there?
Now you see my mom and all my brothers and sisters, and Rudy Ibarra and Margaret Valadez.
Oh, wow.
And those families were big families here
Big
in
families.
Windsor.
And then this one here, whose car is that one in the back? Is that you all?
No, this is my Shirley's dad, and they're at Island Grove, and that's Tony Trujillo.
Okay.
He worked here forever.
And then this
And
is...
this is her grandmother here and there in North Windsor.
And your wife is Shirley Trujillo, right? We should mention that too.
Shirley and and that's her mom, and the three. This is Susan, Rosie, and Shirley.
Okay.
They're all.
So I have one more question. So if we can fit it on the tape.
Yeah.
We were invited once to a wedding at the Legion. Was it your wedding or a Hispanic wedding? It was spectacular. Just the way people were dressed, and what do you remember about some of the Hispanic traditions and things that? Big weddings?
it's kind of neat. And Hosas, they're still living. They're up in their 80s already now. They have one thing that's really neat about Mexican tradition. They when they get ready to before they start the dance, they do the march.
Yes.
And they all the couples, and then they sit there and introduce everybody through there, and then there's Jesse and Pauline and the whole, so they knew the march like forever. So they would be the ones almost every wedding would go around and do the circle around and stuff. That was pretty cool. And then after that, the food, great Mexican food and stuff. And then after that was a big dance and stuff. And and then another thing, if they knew that they weren't too well off, they would do a dance for the bride and groom, and some people would throw money.
Throw coins at them. Okay. Yeah.
Coins, money, change, or either my dad, he didn't want that. He said, no, we're not like that. If they want to give you money, they can dance with you.
Oh, that was kind of a German-Russian tradition too.
Yeah, and then that's what we wound up doing. So I had, and Samuel and my wife, Shirley too. So at the end, we took all our money, put it there. That's what we used on our honeymoon.
Okay.
So it was pretty good. But that's kind of the deal. Oh, and then we were doing pretty good. And then the Ernie Melendez and Louie and Terry says, "Hey, let's go have one more drink at the Duke." So we walked from the Legion to the Duke. And I didn't know this, but there's another thing you do is you steal the groom or the bride.
Oh, so that was the setup.
Yeah, so then the whole party has to go out and get a ransom, and then you donate. It's just whatever you got. So I remember we were there and drinking. I didn't know they had done that. They just told me I was still have a drink. Okay, you got it, bud. The last one and stuff. And then here Ernie Melendez comes. Hey man, what's the matter? He says, "Sure, they call the cops, man, because we stole you." And after I went back, "What'd you do that for?" "Well, they're gonna take you." I go, "No, man, that's the tradition." I go, "We could have made more." But it was good. That was that kind of stuff that I don't know if they still do it, but not to the But that comes from the old country, and stuff from Mexico and stuff. Over there, they really get after it a little bit more elaborate.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just, kids are taking over. The music is not just, they had the good old rancheras and the guitars and stuff, and the horns and stuff. Back now, it's all hip hop and, we're getting old, and I guess the music's not the same.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty good. And, but yeah, I remember you when you still ride your bike. That's great.
I do.
Forever, man. That's pretty good. Yeah,
it's the best thing about living in Windsor.
It is. Yeah, like I said, I get over here and then go to the lake and go around and just put my headphones on and I'm excited. So excited now. We're going to get a new president. She's going to do it.
Yeah, we'll see. The election is coming. So.
Well, I just see it. I could just. My deal. We can't have him in there because everything we work for, he's going to ruin.
Yeah.
I mean, take Medicare and oh my God, and be a dictator. We don't need. We just
no.
They got to start what they finished. They had, they were going to go by. It's too bad. Biden. He's got a good set. Cojones for stepping down and letting her because she's got right now. All the women are going to bail her out because she wants Roe v. Wade gone. They don't, if those guys go, they won't be able to do that. And I mean, you can't. To me, what the hell? They have business telling a woman or a man what to do with their body. That's sacred, man. What the hell? You don't do that. You can run the country. Leave it there.
Leave it there.
You bet. That's just old values, old school.
Okay. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
My dad always said, you always speak the truth and, it'll get you a long ways, and work hard.
And that's a wonderful sentence and motto to end on. But thank you very much, Dave.
You bet.